I knew something was wrong the moment I opened the email. Not because it told me I didn't get the job. I was already numb to rejection at that point. But because attached to it was a Word document titled, "For Your Improvement." And inside, line by line, a grown man I had spoken to exactly once had dissected me like a lab specimen. Welcome to StoryTime. Watch out and take care. I never expected a simple job rejection to feel like a punch to the gut from a stranger. But when that email popped up 3 days after the formal "thanks but no thanks," attaching a Word doc ripping apart every flaw in my interview performance, including calling my love for Les Miserables pretentious, I sat frozen at my kitchen table, coffee going cold, my stomach twisting into knots of doubt and humiliation. As a young job seeker, dipping my toes into the full-time world for the first time, I'd poured everything into that final round, only to have this panel interviewer I'd barely spoken to dissect me like a failed experiment. Heart racing, I clicked open the attachment, and with each bullet point, my confidence crumbled further, leaving me wondering if I was even cut out for any of this. The job hunt had been brutal from the start. An endless cycle of scrolling listings on my laptop in my tiny apartment. The glow of the screen, the only light after midnight shifts at my part-time gig. The world felt stacked against me. Layoffs everywhere, economies sputtering, and every application felt like shouting into a void. But this copywriter position at a financial firm sparked a flicker of hope. It wasn't directly about stocks, just crafting ads and web updates, something I could sink my writing teeth into. I prepped obsessively, practicing answers in the mirror, my reflections staring back with forced smiles. The early rounds went smoothly over Zoom, casual chats where I shared my background, my love for storytelling. Then came the panel final. 4 faces on screen, including this guy who joined last minute. I felt the nerves hit hard, palms sweaty on my mouse, voice catching slightly as I answered questions. "What's your favorite book?" one asked offhand. "Les Miserables," I said, explaining how its themes of redemption and justice moved me deeply. They nodded politely, but inside I worried it sounded too lofty for a finance crowd. The rejection email stung, sure, but it was professional. Polite thanks, best wishes. I shrugged it off, or tried to, nursing a glass of cheap wine while binge-watching to distract from the ache of failure. Then, ping, his email. "Hey, here's some tips for future interviews." No greeting, no context. The doc was merciless. "I can tell you are not passionate about stocks. Every member of this company has been passionately investing. You had basic technical knowledge and that's it." My cheeks burned reading it. The job wasn't even stock-focused. "In general, you seem to lack passion. What are you passionate about?" I couldn't tell. That one hit like a slap. Me, lacking passion? Writing was my escape, my fire. But maybe it didn't show through my anxiety. "You were clearly nervous, lack confidence." True, I'd fidgeted, my mind racing with imposter thoughts. When asked about an issue you had overcome, you mentioned something not related to our industry. It was a retail job story about handling a tough customer. Real, honest, but apparently irrelevant. You didn't seem to have an interest in company culture. Didn't ask any further questions. I'd been too focused on not messing up. Your response to the favorite book question sounded pretentious. Les Miserables simply isn't a book people read for fun. Ouch, that one twisted deep. I'd reread it yearly. Dog-eared pages full of underlines, its epic scope a comfort in my chaotic life. You weren't enjoying yourself. Tense and nervous. By the end, I slammed my laptop shut, tears pricking, whispering to myself, "Is this normal? Am I that hopeless?" The feedback haunted me, replaying in my head. It clicked, the neg, the teardown to make me vulnerable. Disgust surged. I blocked him, but the damage lingered, eroding my self-worth. Years blurred by, 3 to be exact, filled with temp gigs, late-night writing sessions to rebuild my portfolio, and a quiet resolve to pivot. I explored fields beyond finance's bro vibe, applying to media outlets, nonprofits, anywhere words mattered. Rejections piled up, each a small scar, but I learned. Tweak resumes, network awkwardly at virtual events, read body language books to mask nerves. One day, an opening at a cultural magazine caught my eye. Entry-level writer, no stock talk required. The interview? In person, my hands steady this time, sharing stories with genuine spark. They hired me, and slowly the role grew. Articles on literature, profiles on artists. A promotion came this year, more responsibility. A desk with a window view of bus. The real shift happened recently, during an interview with a celebrity idol I'd admired forever, someone whose work echoed my own quiet passions. As we wrapped, the room humming with post-chat energy, he leaned in, eyes kind. "I've read your pieces," he said, voice warm like aged whiskey. "Your passion leaps off the page. It's rare. Keep that fire." My heart swelled, a quiet vindication washing over me, erasing old doubts in a rush of relief. No dramatic revenge on that old interviewer. I never looked him up. Instead, I channeled the hurt into growth, proving passion isn't performative. It's persistent. Looking back, that brutal feedback wasn't a curse, but a catalyst, teaching me resilience isn't about faking confidence. It's about owning your story, nerves and all, until the right door opens. And when it does, the joy? It's real, earned, and brighter than any forced smile. Thanks for watching the whole story. Let me know what you think about today's story in the comments section below, and subscribe to StoryTime for more stories.